record of an historic occasion. Historic for Buddhism, for Thailand, where this film was made, and for England, as it depicts the founding of the first English Sangha, or group of Buddhist monks, ever to be ordained in Thailand, and ever to exist. This group, who to return to the West, to England, to create and develop the first Sangha in the West. This film was made at Wat Pak Nam Basicharyan Thonburi in Thailand, a very famous monastery for teaching. And this scene depicts the pre-night celebrations. The central figure here, a famous teaching bhikkhu in Thailand, Chalkun Mangalavajra Muni, Abbot of Wat Pak Nam Basicharyan. He is the presiding and chief bhikkhu of this monastery, and these scenes are taken the night previous at what is known as Naka ceremony, pre-night. On the left here, a very famous bhikkhu, Pannavadho bhikkhu. Next to him, Pannavadho bhikkhu, the English monk, who brought with him his juniors or novices, Samanera. The one on his right, you see there, is Robert Albertson from Rochdale near Manchester, the cotton industry centre in England. Next, on the left here, George Blake from Jamaica, who's also come, and on his right, Peter Morgan, originally from Wales. All these have come. They're intensely interested in what's going on. It's completely new to them, a completely new life to them. This scene is important and interesting in the fact that it proves and shows that this actual ceremony goes back way beyond Buddhism itself. It's a facet from Indian life of many thousands of years back, where the story of the world, the round of rebirth, samsara as we call it, is told in traditional fashion. Here these gorgeously decorated tables in gold and lacquer are strewn with gifts from all kinds of people, gifts of robes and fans to the new bhikkhus to be, and to all the group of bhikkhus who take part in the ordination. At the back you see the title fans, those decorated fans. They are for bhikkhus. Every bhikkhu in Thailand has one as his authority. As the scene moves, you see the group there sitting quite happily, smoking cigarettes, everybody around quite happy, everybody very friendly. At the back there, you see two Chinese bhikkhus talking now to show you how close we are here in this country with the Dhamma. And here the leader of the celebration and the ceremony brings his candle 3 times towards him, and then wafts the feeling and blessing in his heart toward the new group, sending forth metta, shall we say, or loving kindness. Then the candles go all around this vast crowd, everybody sending their thoughts and blessing. All the people here you see are well-known friends of Buddhism, Kapilawadu, Titawado. They both know them very well. Many supporters. Everybody's a friend here. The juniors, of course, now are extremely interested. They're seeing things they've never seen before in their lives, much the same as these Thai people are seeing something they also have never seen. Now the celebration, of course, on the next day takes place with traditional procession, and normally moves on the next day takes place with traditional procession, and normally moves off with quite a large gathering. There were thousands of people present on that day, and it moves off from the new Bhikkhu Academy at Wat Pak Nam, led by a rather fearsome creature called a Naka, or fire-spitting serpent. Here you see it, followed by a band which everybody thoroughly enjoys, particularly the drummer, and another small band, then followed up by male lay supporters carrying the title fans, the ceremonial umbrellas, covering the various gifts as the procession moves off. Here you see a large number of upasika, each carrying some small gift. Here's that wonderful creature again, the Naka. Everybody loves him very much. Sometimes he's rather frightening because he shoots real flame out of his mouth. And these fun-making people, everybody enjoys themselves very much. The wonderful part of these Thai people is that they have a great sense of fun. They love a party, each intensely concentrated, each trying to keep his mind on the task which is undertaken as the procession moves in towards pagoda ground. This procession will have to move round the pagoda. You see it here paused. It will move into pagoda ground and move 3 times round the pagoda to the right, keeping the right shoulder toward it, before the novices are allowed to enter the pagoda. Now we move into the pagoda proper, where the new juniors will pay salutations prior to the now you see them inside the pagoda, paying their respects to the memory of the Lord Buddha, and to the Upachaya, Chalkun Mangalavajra Muni, Abbot of Wat Pak Nam. They will then move forward with their robes to be presented to them as bhikkhus. Here you see the bhikkhu who is touching the novice is very famous here, the Abbot of Watpo. His name is Chakun Damatiloka, a bhikkhu of 40 wasa, 40 years standing. He's acting the part of First Assistant Upachaya today. Here we find the First Assistant Damatiloka Mahatera, just turned his head. He's going to give the Sikhapadan or precepts, which always commence with Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Praise to the All-Enlightened One, to Siddhartha Gautama, who brought this teaching, this way of life to the world. And then the young novice repeats all this in Pali, which has meant much hard work on their part, and he repeats the precepts which commence Pranatipata Veramani Sikhapadang Samadhiyami. I undertake the rule of training to refrain from killing or harming any living creature. He now moves forward with his begging bowl, the bowl in which he will beg his food for the rest of his time as a bhikkhu. Now we see the two assistants, Damatiloka and Kapilavatthu, taking their positions, when they will place the motion before the Sangha, chanting in Pali the motion, and then they move out to the three novices and commence to question them. This is a very long chant in Pali, all of which is known by the first and second assistant by heart and from memory, a chant which has to cover